السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليكم. Are you asleep? Assume you all know what does it mean السلام عليكم, right? Most of you, I guess. وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. So we're gonna speak have Arabic, have English. نص كريمة ونص شوكولاتة عشان الناس كلها تفهم. So is it okay? I'm gonna speak Arabic and English both bilingual. Right. طيب بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. الحمد لله الذي علم بالقلم علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم. والصلاة والسلام على خير معلم الناس خير سيدنا محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful, and peace and blessings upon Prophet Muhammad, the last prophet and messenger. I'm going to start right off with a group. Do you mind if I ask you a question? It's going to be easy, inshallah. I'm not going to be harsh on you. Don't worry. All right. So the Prophet ﷺ, he mentions 4 qualities that men seek when they want to get married, right? So he says a man seek one of 4, all of 4 traits when he gets married to a woman. Her beauty, of course, her prestigious family background, her property and money, right? And lastly, her religiosity. So how many out of 4 does your bride have?
All of them.
Okay, give him a hand. Give him a hand. Very good job. MashaAllah. You're very well trained. I mean, as a doctor and as a husband, you're gonna have a future. This is actually the beginning of a very good future for you as a spouse. The more you praise your wife, the more your life will be happy. Okay? You know how to do it from now on. All right. As Muslims, we أترجم. الناس المصريين فاهمين صح ولا ايه؟ فاهمين صح؟ ثقافتكم أجنبي يعني؟ كلكم مدرس لغات؟ اوكي. لو حد محتاج يترجم قولوا لي. محتاج يترجم؟ طيب احنا بس باختصار يعني احنا سألنا العريس النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول تنكح المرأة لأربع لجمالها ومالها وحسبها ونسبها ودينها. وسألنا العريس أوصف فيها كم واحدة من 4 فقال كل حاجة طبعا. دي الإجابة الوحيدة الصحيحة ما ينفعش أقول غير كده. طيب وبعد كده هنقول لكم شوية حاجات يعني هنترجم برضه بالعربي إن شاء الله. I was saying that for a Muslim when he does any kind of action he has to know what is the purpose of this action. Yeah, we have to have an intention before doing anything, right? Because we Muslims we don't do things like spontaneously or haphazardly. We have to know why we're doing things. So about answering our question, of course, for today, why we do get married as Muslims, for some reasons that we can have as an intentions when we start to get married. One of them is the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ and all other prophets, right? So the Prophet ﷺ heard about a man during his lifetime who said, I'm going to pray all the night, I'm never going to rest, I'm going to fast every day, there is no day that I'm going to break my fast, and I'm never going to get married to women, right? So when the Prophet ﷺ heard this, he was angry. And he said, I am the best worshipping one among these two. There's no one who worships Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala better than the Prophets, right? This is like, a rule of the thumb. So he said, but I do pray and I get some rest. I fast for days and I break my fast for other days and I do get married to women. So the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And all other prophets that we know, all prophets who are mentioned in Quran and Sunnah, in the Bible, whatever, they all got married, except for 2 prophets. Anybody knows how the prophets who never got married? Anyone? Right, Isa, that's correct. And another prophet. The other one is the son of another prophet. That prophet, no, that prophet did not have kids, and he asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for kids. He gave him that one prophet. Yahya, good job, right, صح. So who said Isa? Is that you? Father of the group?
Yes.
Father. Really? Yeah. You don't look like a father, mashallah, you're so young. You're gonna get married again? Where's the mother? Sorry, mom, sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean anything, but he looks, mashallah, so young. Yeah, he can do it, right? Yeah, we joke, but we don't do anything at the end of the day. Astaghfirullah. All right, so that's one reason. It's the son of the Prophet ﷺ and all other prophets. Also the Prophet ﷺ. So أنا كنت بقول للعرسان إن إحنا كان المسلم لما يقدم على أي فعل لازم يكون عارف إيه الغاية من الفعل ده. إحنا المسلمين ما بنعملش أي فعل يعني اعتباطا، فلازم نبقى عارفين إيه الغاية وإيه النية من الفعل اللي إحنا بنعمله. طبعا إحنا بنتكلم النهارده عن الجواز، فأحد نيات وأسباب الزواج إن هو سنة النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم والانبياء جميعا. وقلنا لكل الانبياء المذكورين في القران والسنه كلهم تزوجوا الا سيدنا عيسى وسيدنا يحيى. سالنا السؤال وفي حد خد شوكولاتات، معلش فهنسالكم السؤال المره الجايه بالعربي. اوكي طيب another intention is the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he says get married and have children so I can brag with you on the day of judgment. Why? Because we wish that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam will come on the day of judgment and his followers and his ummah will be the biggest ummah, right? The biggest ummah in terms of numbers, right? So when we get married and we have children, Muslim children, we increase the number of the ummah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, right? And then he is glad and he's happy with us on the day of judgment, inshallah. Another intention that we have when we get married, it increases the chastity and the modesty of Muslim man and woman, right? So as Muslims, we don't have any other means of fulfilling our needs, you know, our psychological, physical, and emotional needs, and parental needs in a way other than marriage, right? We don't have to do it, like we don't have casual relationships, we don't have any of these things. So as Muslims, when we do that, even though it's a pleasure and a joy, we have some reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was sitting with some of his companions and he was mentioning some forms of sadaqah, charity, other than giving money. So he said, removing trash from the way, from the roads, is an act of charity. Smiling on the face of your fellow Muslim is an act of charity. Of course, smiling on the face of your wife is better than any other fellow Muslim, and on the face of your husband, please. When he gets back from work, he's gonna be tired. I know you work in the same hospital. Oh my God, who's gonna smile on the face of the other? I don't know what to say, but good luck with that, right? Like try to, when you meet each other in the hospital, yeah, any smile, right? I know working in hospitals are tough, but good luck with them. And he said, feeding your spouse in her mouth is an act of charity, right? Even though it's a very romantic scene, right? If you see a husband who is feeding his wife, that's very romantic. But we also take a reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in that you wanna be fed. Are you happy?
Telling him, make sure you're listening.
Oh yeah, he's listening. Don't worry about him, right? I'm gonna get back to you. I'm gonna tell you some stuff also. All right. So, and at the end of the hadith, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, and you know, approaching the spouse, you know, this intimate relationship is also an act of charity. So the companions were like shocked or puzzled, like this is a joy, right? This is like eating and drinking. I'm not fasting, I'm not praying, I'm not reciting Quran. Why do I take the word from Allah by doing this? So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked them when they were like, do we approach our wives and we have a reward out of this? He said, what do you think if a Muslim does it in a haram way, in an unlawful way? Is it a sin? He said, of course, yes, it's a sin. So he says, also when he does it in a halal way, it's a reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? So this is one of the beautiful things about Islam. Even joys of life, when we have good intentions, when we do them, like, you know, speaking, eating, drinking, hanging out, traveling, working, like getting money, authority and power, all these are like, you know, joys of life and things that people seek. But when they do these things and seek these things from a halal way, they get reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? One more intention, I'm sorry, I'm gonna speak till tomorrow. I just have 10 minutes, I'm gonna be done, don't worry. I know, people are hungry, they look hungry, they need to eat. Wait, just 5 minutes, I'm gonna be done. One of the reasons that we get married in Islam, it increases your provision. Although you pay a lot of money when you get married, right? Oh my God, you swim so. It's okay. Whatever you paid, inshallah, gonna get back to you as a cashback. So the Prophet ﷺ, even though you pay a lot of money when you get married, when you do get married, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used to provide only for you. When you get married, Allah provides for you, your wife, and inshallah in the future for your offspring. This is mentioned in Quran and Sunnah. And it's mentioned that the Prophet ﷺ says, get married and increase your provision. So I have a question here. Whenever you want to increase your provision, what you're gonna do? Correct answer, nothing. This is a very good answer. Don't do anything, all right? Focus. Right. So the first provision that you're gonna get is actually from your Ma'ذون. We're gonna test you here a very little test. Here are 3 chocolates, okay? How many chocolates you're gonna take? How many chocolates you're gonna give to your bride?
Well, I'll give her a more.
Oh my God, mashallah. I said he's very well trained, mashallah. Where did you get the training? The father did the training. MashaAllah, very good job, MashaAllah. Right. I'm also training you for something that you're gonna do after getting married. Like what you did right now. Don't forget to take your pocket money after marriage. Because all your salary is gonna be gone. Don't you say in English, what's hers is hers and what's yours is also hers? Very unfair, but this is what happens in real life. Anyways, so the last thing I want to say in this setting of intentions that we have as Muslims when we get married is the main reasons why we get married. Actually, I'm gonna just translate what I said very quickly and get back. أنا كنت بقول عريس أحد أسباب بنية الزواج، إحنا قلنا إن هو من سنة النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم والأنبياء جميعا، وقلنا إن هو عفة للمسلم والمسلمة، ومن أسباب بنية الزواج إن هو من وسائل طلب الرزق وتوسعة الرزق، ومن وسائل إن إحنا نكثر سواد وعدد أمة النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم، كما قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إيه تناكحوا تكاثروا فإني مباهم بكم الأمم يوم القيامة. The last thing أو أنا أكون هقولهم بالعربي بقى وبعد كده هرجع لكم، إن السبب اللي بيجمع كل أسباب الزواج في كلمة واحدة بس موجود في الآية اللي إحنا بنقولها في كل الأفراح، قال الله عز وجل ومن آياته أن خلق لكم من أنفسكم أزواجا لتسكنوا إليها. ده السبب الرئيسي إن إحنا ليه بنتجوز في الإسلام. دي اسمها لام السببية أو لام التعليل، يعني مش جاي أديكوا درس عربي يعني، بس باختصار الزواج سكن وسكنى الناس العرب. بقية الآية ورحمة إن في حد عارف غير يعني وآخرها أقوم في الآخر فعلا. مين قال تفكرون؟ اتفضلي. She's so excited.
Thank you.
I'm gonna get back, okay? Because I have work tomorrow. I'm joking. Anyways, so I was saying the main reason that sums up and gathers up all the reasons why we get married as Muslims is in the verse in Quran. Is in the verse in Quran that we mention in all Islamic weddings. This verse says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, from His side in the universe that He created spouses that are part of you, so you can have comfort and tranquility in them. The literal meaning of the word is called second. The literal meaning is like house or home. So a spouse is like a home where you have your comfort and tranquility, right? So this is the main reason why we get married as Muslims. Anyway, I'm going to give you some last tips specifically for each of you. I want to tell you that every one of us, every human being have keys to their personalities, okay? So you have to know the keys to each other. Everyone has, some negative traits. Even if they have negative traits, know what pleases the other and do it, and know what annoys them and don't do it. Very simply, the Prophet ﷺ and Lady Aisha, they knew each other's keys. The Prophet ﷺ used to tell her, I know when you are happy with me and when you are upset with me, right? He is the best human being ever, right? But he knows the keys when she's happy and when she's upset. So he tells her, when you are upset with me, you say, no, by the Lord of Abraham. So he asks her, are you upset with me? She said, no, by the Lord of Abraham, I'm not upset. He knows when she answers this answer that she's upset. And when you say, no, by the Lord of Muhammad, I know that you're happy with me, right? So, learn from the Prophet ﷺ what are the keys of your spouse. Of course, women like the man who takes a good care of details. Pay a good attention to details from now on. You're a doctor anyway, so you're supposed to know that, right? And this is the part of the Prophet. The Prophet of Lady Aisha, he says, oh, the Prophet Allah, so she answers him when he tells her about this happy and upset situation. He says, I only abandon saying your name, but what's in the heart is in the heart. The love stays in the heart, right? So I want to remind you of this, and you'll know this till the end of your life. I made you a very small gift. It's okay. Here, this is your key, right, with your name in it, but this is Arabic. And this is your heart with your date of marriage. You can actually put the key in the heart. Really? Play when you get back home. No, right? So this is for you guys. Last thing I'm gonna say because the prayer is approaching. Very last thing. I promise this is the very last thing. The Prophet ﷺ, he was walking one day on the streets of Medina, and he met one of the companions. So he said, did you get married? So yeah, he said, yeah, I just got married. And he said, you marry a woman that never got married before so you can have fun together. Who's the one who's telling Muslims to have fun together as spouses? Is the Prophet ﷺ. He actually mentions the way that you play together and you have fun together, and mingle, you travel together, you hang out, you play, you dine out. I know, do whatever you need to do in the hospital. Yeah? You hang out in the hospital. Anyways, so even the Prophet ﷺ, he's the one who's encouraging Muslims to have fun together as spouses. Take out the inner child in you together. Start fighting each other with pillows and all these things. So I want to get practical here. I want you to play together and have fun for real as children. So I got you a very trivial gift. Please don't say I'm a trivial Ma'zoon. I actually am, but yeah, don't say this on my face, right? So I want you to play together, inshallah, after you get married. Don't travel with this, okay? It's very hard. I'm going to tell you the context of this gift. We're just right after Eid. We as Egyptians in Eid, we have some games that we play together. One of these games is actually like this. But there's a small one, a big one. Because it's not fair, you have to give her the big one, and the small one is yours. Please don't travel with this. Because we're Muslims, we can't travel with these things. Even though it's a toy. Like, you know what to do from now on? Have fun together, inshallah. But no, for real, just for the toys, okay? I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless both of you and to grant you, inshallah, and to give you a pious Muslim offspring. We're ready to go? I'm gonna take it back. I'm joking, I'm not gonna take it back. You can put this also. The kitchens, okay. Good luck with that. You can take it with you to the hospital, by the way. Let's go. Yalla. Put the hands together. Yes, like this. Like a shaking hand. Like hold it hard. No, not too hard. معلش بقى مش هترجم كل اللي فات بالعربي، فاحنا هنقول الصيغه بالعربي والانجليزي، اوكي؟ تمام؟ اوكي. We're gonna say it both in Arabic and English, and you're gonna repeat after me. Let's start with English so we know what's going on, and then we go to Arabic. We start with him, and then I'll get back to you. In the name of Allah.
In the name of Allah,
the most compassionate,
the most compassionate,
the most merciful.
the most merciful.
إيه الإنجليش الحلو ده. And peace and blessings
and peace and blessings
upon Prophet Muhammad,
the
last prophet and messenger.
I grant you
my sister's hand
in marriage,
and her name is
Dua.
Really good, very good job. You know the name of your sister, very good job. And on the book of Allah, and the sunnah of his prophet,
and
the dowry. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful, and peace and blessings upon Prophet Muhammad, the last prophet and messenger. I accept your sister's hand, dua, in marriage, on the book of Allah, and the sunnah of his prophet, and the dowry appointed between us. Now I'm going to start with you in Arabic. I'm going to go very slowly, okay? Bismillah. Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. As'aluka zawaja ukhtika dua. I'm going to get back to you. Bismillah. Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. Zawajtuka ukhti dua. على كتاب الله وسنة رسول الله وعلى الصداق المسمى بيننا والحاضرون شهود على ذلك والله خير الشاهدين وأنا قبلت زواجها منك على ذلك وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد والحمد لله رب العالمين. I'm gonna give you a funny line. I'm gonna translate it after I finish. ومش هعمل كده تاني. You just said I'm never gonna do this again. Right, we pray for them. Barakallahu lakuma. We're gonna say this after me, please. Barakallahu lakuma. وبارك عليكما وجمع بينكما في خير. بارك الله لكما وبارك عليكما وجمع بينكما في خير. بارك الله لكما وبارك عليكما وجمع بينكما في خير. قاعد بقى في زغرت؟ مصريين. Congratulations.
شكرا.
مبروك. Congratulations. Go.